India and Prime Minister Modi stand vindicated as Pakistan is facing a crisis it can no longer hide from the world. After declaring independence, Baloch leaders are now making an extraordinary appeal to Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi, offering India access to Balochistan's seaports and its role in future trade. While pro-independence fighters are claiming major strikes against Pakistani military positions, Baloch leaders accuse Rawalpindi of carrying out airstrikes against Balochistan civilians. Reportedly, dozens of civilians have lost their lives. Over in Pakistan-occupied Kashmir, the revolt reignites again. Latest news reports reveal how people completely boycotted the Pakistani polls, with several regions recording zero voter turnout in these sham elections. If the crisis continues, Pakistan could be heading for a split, just like 1971, when 93,000 Pakistani soldiers surrendered to the Indian Army and Bangladesh gained independence. Would PoK or Balochistan be the next to break away from illegal Pakistani occupation? And if it does, then would India gain access to the Gwadar port in Balochistan? We'll get you all the updates from Balochistan first and then PoK in just a short while. There are several visuals circulating with allegations of civilian homes being burnt in Balochistan. Baloch activists have shared visuals of Pakistani military retreating after BLA strikes. It also shows how BLA was able to destroy a Pakistani army camp in Mastung and also in Talkhawai. These are visuals of how the Pakistani military has been treating Balochistani women. As you can see, Baloch women are made to walk under heavy glare of Pakistani soldiers with rifles trained on them, as Pakistani military allegedly continues to carry out humanitarian crimes in the region. More than 30 civilians have lost their lives in Pakistani airstrikes, but reports state that the death toll could be higher. Pakistan's military operations have expanded in the regions of Khuzdar, Zehri, Kalat, Mula, and Ziarat. After declaring independence earlier this month, the Baloch Liberation Army has launched massive counter-strikes and dismantled multiple Pakistani army camps in multiple districts of Balochistan. Amid clashes between Pakistani military and Baloch liberation fighters, Baloch leaders appealed to Indian Prime Minister Modi for aid. This after Balochistan marked the 14th of August as a black day. Miriar Baloch highlighted how India and Balochistan share deep-rooted historic, civilizational and spiritual bond and has offered to open up Balochistan's seaports, including Gwadar, to facilitate trade with India. Miriar Baloch wrote, quote, "Balochistan can open its seaports for India's trade and provide a large market for the goods produced under Make in India." Baloch leader also claimed to have obtained video footage and evidence of Pakistani airstrikes in which 30 civilians, including women and children, lost their lives. Initial media reports claim the death toll was 21 civilians, but Baloch leaders say that the actual figure is much higher. Miriar Baloch wrote on X, "The missile debris clearly visible in the video constitute irrefutable proof of Pakistan's terror. They also thoroughly expose Pakistan's terror policy. They also thoroughly expose Pakistan's military spokesperson, DGISPR, who deliberately misled the global community on national media by claiming the attack was merely an IED blast on the ground." Our news report on Indian Air Force was ranking among the top 5 in Google News videos. I am Shobit Mittal. Subscribe to Inconnect News for the most informative news content. Now Baloch leaders are appealing for the United States of America to intervene, Baloch leader added. The Republic of Balochistan urges the Trump administration to impose strict economic sanctions on Pakistan, cancel the delivery of spare parts for the F-16 engines, and halt all upgrade packages to its fighter jets and missile program. Accusing Islamabad of war crimes in Balochistan, the Baloch leaders exposed Rawalpindi by claiming, quote, "The Pakistan military air force are massively employing these very weapons and aircraft against the people of Independent Republic of Balochistan. Washington must hold Pakistan fully accountable." Over in Pakistan-occupied Kashmir, now reports have revealed that several regions witnessed zero voter turnout as the protesters completely boycotted the sham elections and Pakistani occupation. In contrast, the last elections in Jammu and Kashmir witnessed a voter turnout of nearly 70% as Kashmiris proudly celebrated the Indian democratic process. While speaking on PoK revolt, the Jammu and Kashmir Chief Minister Omar Abdullah managed to stir up a little controversy. Abdullah stated, "When we see the condition of that part of Jammu and Kashmir across the LOC, we feel sad, we feel worried. For my part, I feel that perhaps if our situation had not changed in 2019, the people of that part of Jammu and Kashmir would be protesting to rejoin us today." Opposition leader of Jammu and Kashmir Legislative Assemblies have called Abdullah's statement a bit regrettable and unfortunate. Opposition leader Sunil Sharma claims, quote, "I would like to tell the Chief Minister that it was after August 5th, 2019 that this federal structure was strengthened. That is the reason why today every Kashmiri is humming Vande Mataram." The Jammu and Kashmir opposition leader also raised questions accusing the Chief Minister of misusing the stage when he should be conveying the message of unity, integrity and sovereignty of the country. Critics highlight how there have been a 70% decrease in terror activities in Jammu and Kashmir since the abrogation of special status in 2019, while incidents of stone pelting have completely stopped. So why were Jammu and Kashmir political parties unable to control radicalization and extremism before 2019? Over in PoK, Kashmiri group, the JAAC, in latest reports, shockingly claims that over 400 people have lost their lives in Pakistani military crackdown on Kashmiri protesters since June this year. The Indian Army has set up full-screen displays all across Jammu and Kashmir to highlight and show the PoK protests and the plight of Kashmiris across the LOC, so the public can see that the Pakistani government is not able to hide the atrocities and the civilian sufferings in Pakistan-occupied Kashmir. PoK protests continue in massive numbers despite the Pakistani military trying to suppress them with bullets, tear gas, shelling and arrests. Protesters say that Pakistani military cannot intimidate them into submission. Once again, protesters who were demanding basic rights were met with another wave of brutal force and violence by Pakistani security forces. Kashmiri locals have been chanting slogans saying PoK banega Hindustan or PoK will become India across the LOC. Referring to Pakistani military, PoK protesters now call the people in uniform as terror agents. The Kashmiri diaspora continues its protests in the United Kingdom, and it has been sitting in front of the Pakistani consulate demanding accountability for Pakistani military atrocities. Large-scale protests have been ongoing in United Kingdom, United States of America, and even the UN office in Geneva, Switzerland. Protesters have been demanding accountability and international intervention for months now. So far, the protests have been held in Washington, D.C., New York, London, Bradford, Birmingham, and even Manchester. After declaring independence from Pakistan, the Baloch Liberation Army launched an attack on Pakistani military positions. Reports claim that 26 Pakistani soldiers were fatally wounded in an ambush by Baloch fighters. The most significant counterattack took place in Kharwari Baba area of Ziarat district. The BLA says it attacked and captured 2 Pakistani military camps, seized Pakistani military weapons and ammunition, and set fire to the military property. The BLA reported that they have launched attacks on Pakistani army camps, military convoys, patrols and reinforcement teams in several districts across Balochistan, including Ziarat, Mustang, Noshki, Panjgur, Kech, Kalat, Khuzdar, Harnai, Kharan, Washuk, Buleda, Surab, and Dalbandi. Pakistan also intensified military operations in Balochistan Kharan district. Reports indicate Pakistan has deployed ground troops and aerial assets in the Lidje area as well. According to a report by News 18, Kharan district is especially under heightened military surveillance by drones and military helicopters. In a shocking case, Balochistan's Home Minister Mir Ziaullah Langobe was returning from an event in Kalat when his convoy was attacked in Mastung district. He escaped unhurt, but at least 6 people, including 3 police officers, were reportedly wounded. But what do you believe? PoK or Balochistan? Which region could break away next from Pakistan? Leave a comment, hit the like button and subscribe to Inconnect News.